Joining us now is California Senator Alex Padilla. Senator, thank you. Always appreciate your time. I want to first get your thoughts on your new colleague, Senator Butler.
Thank you, Jose. Always good to be with you. What a contrast, right? What was happening in the House yesterday, and I have some comments on that, by the way, but the upside of what was happening in the Senate, literally history in the making. I've been blessed to know LaFonza Butler, Senator Butler now, since she first moved to Los Angeles in 2009. I've worked with her in a number of capacities, and I know she's going to be absolutely phenomenal during her time in the Senate. She leads with heart, but she's also a strategic thinker, and it's just great to have a partner like her, given the challenges and the near-term battles that we have, not just in the Senate, not just in Congress, but facing the country.
Well, and let's talk about the House. What do you make of what happened yesterday?
Look, this is what happens when Republicans are in charge. I think in the last segment you covered sort of the evolution of the so-called conservative Republican Party from the Newt Gingrich era to the Boehner experience to Trump, obviously, and now they are anarchist Republicans eating their own. And while they want to play political games on who the next speaker ought to be, the real consequence here is what's happening to the people of the United States. See, Americans deserve better. Americans expect better. We narrowly averted this government shutdown. And maybe that's what their motive is. If they weren't able to shut down the government in its entirety, they're at least shutting down the House of Representatives while we still have to face the realities of Ukraine. They need more of our assistance. The 45-day continuing resolution, the extension on the spending plan that we gave ourselves, we're now almost a week into it, and we're going backwards. No negotiations are happening because there is no leader among House Republicans. So we have a lot of work cut out for us.
Senator, I want to get your thoughts on what is going on in our country, the humanitarian crisis, that it's really focused on men, women, and children who have made the most incredible sacrifices to leave their country and come to the United States with a dream of requesting asylum. There were hundreds of thousands of encounters along the U.S. southern border in August. Tens of thousands more are on the way. How do, Senator, you deal with this reality of people doing anything and everything they can to have a new life in the United States?
Yeah, the first step is, and I've been doing this since I arrived in the Senate, Jose, as you know, appealing to my colleagues to appreciate the various elements of an immigration conversation. There are people who do not flee their homes and their home countries by choice. They flee because they have to. Maybe it's because of natural disaster. Maybe it's because of violence and fear for their lives. Maybe it's because of public corruption or oppression. Right? When you see so many Venezuelans coming seeking asylum in the United States, it's for a reason. And so we need to revisit that asylum policy and process. Yes, we do need to ensure that we're investing in border security, but let's be smart about it. It's not just about a wall that's not going to help, but it's also increasing the capacity, giving more resources to the departments and agencies that we charge with handling refugees and asylum claims, and the nonprofit organizations in so many parts of the country that are playing supportive roles with emergency food and shelter, family reunification, even job placement in many instances. And we cannot forget the, millions of people who are here, who have been here, undocumented, but are an integral part of our communities through workforce, through home ownership, through neighbors and friends and family.
Hey, Senator, the nation celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month. I know you and many of us celebrate it every day of our existence, but just wondering, what does Hispanic heritage mean to you?
Oh, it's an opportunity to, highlight not just the richness of our culture. It's a lot of fun to talk about, food we're preparing or, the music and the movies that we like, but really put a spotlight on our contributions to the country in all forms, whether it's local communities, whether it's in the private sector, and particularly in government and political leadership. I've shared with you the responsibility and opportunity I feel since becoming the first Latino elected to represent California California in the United States Senate. It just means that our political process is increasingly inclusive, and I pray and hope that the policies and our spending plans that come as a result are more reflective of the beautiful diversity of our country.
Because it matters. It really does. Senator Alex Padilla, I thank you so much for being with us this morning. Always appreciate it.
Thank you so much.